Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of the Gilded City Flames of Vengeance. It was a different day than episode 6, and you can tell because we're wearing different clothes.
Oops.
Several of us are wearing different clothes. So you know it's a different day than the last episode, and we didn't record them back to back.
Most of us have access to a washing machine.
Yeah.
Please
Exactly.
subscribe. I have no washing machine.
If you're excited to see part 7 of our finale story, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow along, follow us on social media, all that good stuff.
All that jazz.
Not actually, I don't think any of our social media accounts are really active anymore. Whoops. But it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You can still follow us.
You can still follow us. And with that all being said, let's go ahead and dive on into tonight's episode. Last time, in the midst of Fear-Kindler and the Red Wizard's planned assault on Waterdeep, the party was called to meet with Freedom, who had learned through Firen's Alhonen that the Red Wizards were trying to make a deal with Zariel, Archduke of Avernus. The party traveled there and fought with their old adversary, Aurora Araneath. Meanwhile, during the battle, Artemis talked Zariel out of killing them, which is nice. The party then returned back to Waterdeep and learned that they have 36 hours until the final battle with Fear-Kindler. So, what's everybody doing with their last day and a half before the final battle?
I'm going to see my family.
Yeah, Nyx, you head home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Nyx, you head home. You get in. Your parents are both there. Give you big hugs, and your mom's like, I know when you stopped by earlier, you were talking about there being all this crazy stuff that was coming. Is everything good? I mean, everybody thinks I don't know, everybody seemed on edge recently. And we've been hearing all sorts of crazy things about there's an army marching on Waterdeep and
Yeah. Remember when my friends and I fought that dragon?
yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. Well, he's the one that's in charge of the army that's marching towards the city. So we're gonna go take care of it. But I do want you guys to be safe. But I also want to see everybody before we go off and do that. So, do you know if the girls are free today or tomorrow?
We can get them over for dinner tonight or tomorrow.
That'd be cool.
Let's get them over for dinner tomorrow. You can meet your little nibbling.
Yeah. Yeah. We have 30-ish hours before we have to leave. No, a little over 30 hours. It didn't take me 6 hours to get here. So I just want to hang out with you guys. And, I don't really think there's anything else I need to do. We're just going to have some family time if you guys are okay with that.
Of course, dear, of course.
Cool.
Yeah, you spend time with your parents, and we'll loop back around to the family dinner
Sure.
a little later, since that's tomorrow night.
Mhm.
What's everybody else doing? Wow, don't all
Yeah. What?
Sam's pointing at me. I think Jinarra has a couple things she wants to do. She wants
Yeah.
to stop by Sanctuary. She hasn't been there since she's been back.
Yeah.
And she wants to pop in with Joyce.
Yeah.
I don't think Jinarra knows whether or not she's going to make it through the battle, so I think she would put together a will so that her bases are covered in case she doesn't make it.
Yeah.
Responsible.
Yeah, you go after your meeting with Amos, you go to Sanctuary's bar that evening. And it's quiet in the bar. And in fact, as you've been walking around town, you see that like as the day has gone on, you've seen the streets get emptier and emptier. You see people boarding up like their businesses and houses. You see like all sorts of like you see like a newspaper on the street that's like shelter in place notice put in place, and you see emergency evacuation routes listed. Like the city is doing its best to get ready, but it's been extremely short notice.
I think as she's seen people hustle around too, she sees anyone who needs help lifting or something, she's just sort of like quickly inserting herself and
you help an elderly dragonborn carry some put some sandbags carry some sandbags into his house. You help a couple halflings board up their windows. So it takes you a long time to get across the city because you keep stopping to help people. But you eventually make it to Sanctuary's bar. It's pretty dead in there. There's maybe like 2 other people in there when you go in. And Sanctuary sort of waves at you as he finishes serving the only other 2 people in there, and then comes over to you. Crazy times we live in, Jinarra. Crazy times. You really think all this hullabaloo is as serious as they say?
I do. I was sort of hoping you would have gotten out of town for a little bit also.
Can't say I like the idea of leaving.
That's fair. Are you still doing the soup kitchen thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get as many gonna try to shelter as many people who don't have a place to go here as possible. So put out the word. Let's see.
Remind me, does Sanctuary finally own the tavern? I know in the first season I had wanted to pay it off, but I can't remember if he ended up becoming the full owner or not.
I don't know if we ever covered that specifically, but we can definitely say that Jinarra, like after season 1, if it didn't happen during season 1, we can definitely say Jinarra helped them do that.
Great,
after,
just making sure.
so.
Okay. One less thing for my will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please be as safe as possible, okay? I appreciate that you're going to try to house as many people as possible during this, but just look out for yourself, okay?
Of course.
Want to just sit and have a drink like old times?
Sure. He pours both of you a drink and says, hey, I know whatever happened to that celestial spirit I saved and passed on to you anyway.
I mean, she's still kind of in here, but I also think she's grown to be bigger and better than that too. Yeah, she's saved me and my friends more times than I can count.
Good. Well, hopefully she'll save you at least one more time, right?
I guess we'll see. I hope so. And hopefully after this we can just bring more hope to the city.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a crazy year. But it's been nice. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe, that you were sort of down on yourself and down on everything else. And it's nice to see you, you know, it's nice to see you've turned things around and you seem more comfortable and confident with yourself than I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I guess I am. Lots has changed. Yeah. It's been a long year and a half, but it's been the best one yet.
Well, assuming that a giant fuck-all dragon doesn't destroy Waterdeep, you will have free drinks here for the rest of your life.
Thanks.
You spend some more time reminiscing and chatting and make your way home. Joyce is still busy, is sort of finishing up some like stuff with a couple of the refugees that have been staying at your house from Oikos. Just sort of giving them like. And remember, when you're on watch, the most important thing is to stay awake, right? I mean, I know that seems like the most simple thing in the world, but a lot of times you will get in your own head and you'll say, oh, I have to stay focused, I have to stay focused, I have to stay focused. But then it gets so boring that you fall asleep and then you miss fucking everything. It is more important that you stay awake because you're going to have a better chance of catching anything if you're awake. Then you can worry about the focus element after you figure out the staying awake element, right? All right, now go to bed. It's not your turn on watch anyway. She turns to you. Jinarra, are you?
I'm okay. You're keeping things in line.
Doing my best. It's been a crazy couple days. Seems like it might be a crazy couple more days.
Are you staying in the city?
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Can you please be safe? I know you're a badass, but like, can you please be safe?
I will be safe. I will. I'll keep these rascals in line, and if there's any, I'll be safe.
Okay. All right.
I have full confidence that you and your friends will stop this, monster that's coming to us.
We are certainly going to do our best. I have all the confidence I can in my friends. this is going to be a bigger fight than we've encountered before, I think. But I think we're as prepared as we can be. Yeah. Thank you for training me as well as you did. I couldn't have gotten this far without you.
Of course. And hey, you have far outpaced anything I have to teach you. You are a better hero, a better warrior than I am. And I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud of the person you have become. You know, I know you're not my daughter. You have parents. And I loved your parents very much. But I also think of you as my kid anyway. And I love you, and I'm very, very proud.
I love you too. Thanks for being the best parent figure I could have had.
Of course. Wow, get to bed. You've got a dragon to fight in a couple days, right?
I sure do.
Rest.
Do.
Right, well, rest up. Can't fight a dragon if you're not rested up.
That is so true. Tomorrow I will send a message to my parents, but I'll do it the night before the battle.
Okay. What do you put in Jinarra's will?
I think we'll figure that out if I need the will.
Fair enough.
That Eva needs to put a little bit more thought into it for Jinarra.
Fair enough. You stay up, even though Joyce told you to go to bed, you do stay up a little bit working on your will.
Yep.
Eventually you fall asleep. And as you sort of enter your dreams, you have a sort of a dream meeting with Hope. Hope reaches out. Jinarra.
Hi. I had a question for you.
Of course.
If I don't make it in this battle, what happens to you? Because I think the city is going to need Hope more than ever.
Well, I am lending you as much power as I possibly can to make sure that doesn't happen. But if it does, thanks to you, I was able to return to the celestial planes. And if the worst should happen, Hope will not perish. Hope will not fade.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
And if the worst should happen, you'll come join me up here. But I am giving you as much power as I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
And I know my friend Bowmin isn't going to make it. Is he going to join you on the celestial planes?
I don't know. His soul will end up. I don't think he's pledged himself to any particular god or any particular celestial spirit. When that happens, that means that he will be judged. And his destination will depend on how the judgment goes. What I can say is that he has he has tried to do a lot of good, and he has succeeded in doing a lot of good. I don't know which of the outer planes he will end up in. There are many outer planes. But I believe that your friend will end up in one of the good outer planes.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel a bit better.
I wanted to check in with you before you fight your enemy. And I can't see the future. I don't know what will happen, but I will lend you as much strength as I can to help you see this through.
Thank you. I've been saying this a lot already today, but I think we are as prepared as we possibly can be. And I feel good about that. And I feel good about whatever happens to me. I just want my city to be safe, and I want my friends to be as safe as possible.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you as always.
Thank you.
Sweet troops. And the vision ends. Great. Who's next?
I'll go.
Right, what does Penny want to do?
Penny's gonna wake up in the morning, kind of early, the next day, and go to Artie's house and hope that he's there and has not left to go do something, or is not at someone's house.
Okay. Is Artemis home in the morning? Then
He is actually.
Okay, good. I'm gonna
Sure.
go in when Danny lets me in, because Danny's gonna let me in.
Uh-huh, of course.
And I'm gonna knock on Artie's door, wherever he is.
Oh shit! I have to respond as Matt.
Yeah. Where are you in your house?
Yeah.
You're Artemis, yeah.
Right. I am 3 years. One moment. Clang, bang, crash. Ruffle, 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 ruffle. Oh, Penny. Hi.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you something. I need you to never reference it or talk about it again. All right?
I go to pour us both drinks.
I'm gonna
It's
bring
9
out
in the morning.
my dad's Artemis Brightshield record that I took from his collection, and I'm gonna say, "Can you sign this for my dad?"
Let me get my good ink.
Thanks.
I'll go to like my office, choose my favorite blue sparkly ink that like it's enchanted that if you trace your finger along the ink as it goes, it sings one of my hits.
Oh my God.
And I will sign. This is Matt asking. It's Peter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just sign like to Peter. Thank you for being such a friend to our group, for raising such a stellar daughter, even though she drives me crazy. Enjoy this record. P.S. Some of them are about our party. See if you can guess which ones. Winky face. RDB.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. One for you as well.
I'm good, actually, but thank you so much.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
You got plans today?
I do, actually. Nothing too crazy, I hope. But
All right. Well, if something falls through, feel free to stop by Presswell House if you want dinner. I'm sure you got stuff to do, but
yeah, very busy.
no, I'm just saying, just in case.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
If the plans all fall through, then I'll
Yeah.
got a thing to do, right?
Tell your mother I say hi.
Yes.
Bye.
that was definitely on my list of things to do today.
I really hope it was at least a goodbye.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. All right.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna head back home. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm gonna prestidigitation some like kick me sign on the back of her.
Amazing.
That's Christ.
Amazing. Penny, you head back home with the album. Get back in.
Yeah.
Do you
I do. Yeah.
present it to your dad, or you just stick it in the record collection?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'll just stick it in the record collection. And
Yeah.
inside the record, I'm gonna stuff 8,000 gold in there.
Well, they use paper money here, so
That's good.
that's
Perfect.
easier.
All
That's
right, yeah,
easier.
I'm gonna stuff that in there too.
Taking a cue from Nyx.
We haven't had the time to convert it back to paper money.
We'll just
all metal.
say that in the process of helping the refugees get resettled, because that took a few weeks, you
Yeah.
converted your gold back to paper currency, so you're fine.
The bank
And then
is
I'm
really
just gonna
confused.
want to have dinner with my family.
Yeah.
I mean, are my brothers like, they're probably like working.
So actually, like, I would say mid-afternoon, like, you know, you're spending time with your dad, your brothers stop in, they're in their military uniforms. And they say, Dad, Penny, we're about to head out to the front line of this crazy invasion. Penny, I understand you're going to be out there too.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Your dad is clearly like a nervous wreck because all three of his kids are going to be on the front line of a war.
The dragon.
But he's just kind of just sort of nods like silently because, you know, he's not that good at expressing his emotions. And your brothers, Peter Jr. and Paul, are also like seem very like anxious, but also are not doing a good job at expressing that either. But you know, Paul says we have about 45 minutes before we have to start marching. So just wanted to stop by and you know, thank you, Dad, for everything, and we love you. And your dad sort of gets up and awkwardly hugs them and says, love you boys too, and you know, stay safe. And they both turn to you, Penny, and it's like, well, I don't know how much of a chance we're gonna get to see each other tomorrow. I don't think we're in the exact same spot that you're at. I think we're positioned like probably about a mile north of you. You're at the fort thing, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go where they put me. We're on top of something.
Okay. Stay safe.
You too.
Right. You know, as annoying as you are, we love you.
Love you too.
And I think Mom would be proud of you.
I think she'd be proud of all of us. Maybe some more than others, but all of us at least a little proud.
See, there it is. I knew you weren't gonna let it just be a nice moment. I knew you were gonna say something smart. All right, I take it back. They hug you, and then They have to go because they have to walk the whole way. You don't have
That
to walk.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys get to just like teleport in. It's like, okay, battle will be here soon. Everybody else, they have to go. They have to dig trenches. They have to set up fortifications.
You know the foot soldiers hate to see in tandem coming.
They sure do.
Because we're just waltzing in. We caused this problem. And now we're like, do.
We will circle back to dinner in case Artemis makes it. But we'll circle back to that after we do Artemis's stuff.
We'll say that Penny put out a little thing and said, anyone, message all her friends. If anyone does not have plans, they have an open seat. But obviously, we all,
So we'll circle back to that because it does seem like at least right now Jinarra is free. Nyx is doing stuff with her family. So we'll circle back. Artemis, Octavia, and Bowmin.
I think I'd just be hanging out with my parents.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just-
you go see your dad. You see him pretty regularly. You haven't left the city, unlike everybody else who's been gone for a long time, comes back and all of a sudden war is coming to Waterdeep. No, like you still see your dad like extremely regularly.
Yeah.
Your parents are on perfectly good terms, but of course are
Not together.
not together.
And that's okay.
But your mom does also come over with you that night, and the three of you have sort of a meal together. And it's kind of weird because your family never ever got to do this because you never ever had a family like this before. And yet here you are. And your dad is sort of saying, well, I published as many notices and warnings as I could. I think the citizenry is well aware of the threat that's coming onto the city, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Octavia, do your friends really need you there?
Yes.
I don't love the idea of you going into this kind of danger. I know you're a powerful wizard. That's not what this is about. You put yourself in danger a lot over the last couple years, and I wish you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but I've done all this training and I've really missed these guys while they were gone, and you know that. I can't imagine sending them out there on their own as much as I am terrified of this dragon. They need my help, and I need to be there with them. And I really hope you can understand that if I don't make it back, I am so grateful for the life that you gave me.
I am so proud of who you are, and I am not nearly as brave as you, because if I were in your shoes, I would not be doing what you were about to do.
Well, you're brave in your own way. And publishing pieces that are maybe not so friendly to the government. You've always been one to tell the truth and be honest. So I think in part fed into why I feel like this is something I need to do.
Come back alive.
I'll try my best.
And I know you don't work at the paper anymore, but I expect a story about what you did on my desk next week anyway.
I'm sure Penny and I will have plenty to write about.
Good. And your mom, Lucille, she cuts in and says, yeah, our daughter, she's a wonderful wizard, and she will save the city. I believe in her. You don't need to worry.
Thank you.
Of course, dear. And, for what it's worth, I know we haven't had that much time together as family, but I also am so proud of you, and I also love you, and I'm sorry I was not around when you were growing up, and I'm sorry that our first meeting was me attacking you.
I mean, it wasn't great, but I'm happy we're here now. So glad we could reconnect. And I do hope that I make it back so we can continue.
Nothing would make me happy. Is there anything else for Octavia?
I mean, besides just collecting herself and making sure she's got all of her spell pieces and everything set up, nothing.
Great. Bowmin and Artemis.
Hey Matt, does Artemis have a lot like do you want Artemis to do a couple things, or is there anything?
I've got a couple, nothing super intricate. I've got a couple ideas, but
Do you want to go first, or do you
I'll go first. I'll go first. Fit yourself in if you feel to fit in. So after I put a kick me sign on Penny's back.
Oh, I forgot to mention Peter and Paul did kick.
I think about for a moment if Penny just like asked me out to dinner. She didn't say other people would be there. She just said, come over for dinner at my house. It was just a little odd, but I'm probably just reading into things. So, I think I will spend the day writing some songs and just kind of taking a very slow morning. Maybe writing probably a letter to my mom, since Penny definitely reminded him that that's an important thing to do. Not quite to the like writing my will. Artemis has already done it. He paid people to write it for him. But he does write some just like, he just puts at the top of this page just like observations and just kind of like writes down some of the things that he's learned over the last 3 years and just like kind of putting it down in case something bad were to happen. This could be given to all the refugees that were interested in clinging to some sort of Oikosian something. It's not final, it's not pretty in any way, shape, or form. There are some contradictions in it, but it's just like general observations, introductory code of conduct for how Oikos should be carried. And he just kind of tucks that away somewhere. But most of his time he's gonna just kind of tinker away at a song and work on it for a while. Pretty slow, pretty delicate. but with moments where it gets pretty aggressive, pretty feisty, kind of a little spicy. And it's probably like nearing dinner time when he would go to the Presswell house. I think he'll start heading in that direction,
Great.
but I think he will decide to bypass it. I think he's gonna go to swing by Bowman's boat
Yeah. Does
and
he want
just
you there,
see,
Bowmin?
yeah, see who's there.
Well, you're muted.
Bowmin is there.
Okay.
Excellent. Is Rose Wilmington there?
Rose Wilmington is there too.
Great.
So let's put that on pause then and go through what Bowmin did with his day.
Bowmin is
Dana.
going to just spend the day just checking up on his friends, Snack, his friends from the dock.
Yeah.
Eventually,
When you stop by Snack's place, he's like, Bowmin, the world is falling apart, man. What's going on out there?
well, what else is new, Snack? It's always been falling apart.
Okay, but this is like you have to admit this is worse than normal. They're talking about like evacuation notices and a shelter in place warning and all this shit. That's crazy, man.
I mean, it's the equivalent if there was a hurricane warning.
Okay, but a hurricane isn't malicious. You understand that, right? Like a hurricane just kind of happens. A dragon has like evil will.
Well, thankfully enough, we have the dragon staff still in the city, so therefore, I believe we should be fine with him here for now, at least. Snack, I wanted to stop by because I don't know how to say this. Other than just straight out. This will be our last time that we meet.
What are you talking about? Now that you're back in town, we gotta do a poker game sometime. Look, Peter is on a real losing streak right now. I think you and I can clean him up.
Was Peter ever on a winning streak?
Well, that's a good point, but it's been going worse than usual.
Man, I'm surprised you haven't taken the house. Well, that's technically in his daughter's name. So.
Yeah, he can't bet the house because it's not in his name.
Anyways.
Whole new meaning to bet the house.
I wanted to say that thank you for your friendship throughout these years. And I already spoken to the other guys and said this too. Just know that this will be our last time we meet. And I have something for you. You often give us magical items, but this is not necessarily a magical item, but it does perform some sort of magic in a sense. Bowman's gonna give him his loaded deck of cards that he's been using to cheat all these years.
Oh my god. He takes the deck, he like flips through it, he's like, you son of a bitch. If you weren't telling me you were about to die, I'd punch you.
You can punch me, it's fine.
No, we won't do anything. I'm a little goblin. You're this huge guy. It's not worth breaking my knuckles over. Hey, listen, man. I know you're saying this is the last time we're gonna meet. Whatever. I'll believe it when I fucking see it, okay? I fully expect you to walk in to our poker night next week. And if you don't, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, in that case, just save me a pint, okay?
That I will do, and I will see you then.
All right, Sax. Good luck. Get to shelter. Have a good day.
All right.
And Bowman's gonna eventually come back to the boat. I think he's gonna meet up with Artemis outside of the boat.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh. Hi. Hey.
I'm glad that I saw you. I thought I would catch you on the way to Miss Presswell's, but
The pennies.
Yes.
Oh, you were invited.
It was a
She invited everyone.
It was an open letter, yes.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure knew that. Yep.
Okay.
Um,
How are you?
I'm okay. A little sad, but at the same time, you want to get a drink? I'm sure you have something. Actually, I have your booze on me.
You do. I don't think booze works on me right now. It would be purely for the more ceremonial part of it, but
It's kind of what I was looking for, actually.
sure. Let's you want to drink on the deck of the boat?
Yeah, yeah. Do you mind if I can I go in your house first?
Well, we have to go into the. It's kind of like you go in.
Right. Never mind. It's silly. Let's head on in.
Yeah. Walk in. Rose Wellington and Lucky's there.
Yeah, Rose looks up as you come back in. Bowmin, Artemis.
Hi. Can we come in?
That's Bowman's boat.
Yeah, we're gonna come in.
All right, well.
Yeah, you come in, move through the space, go out on the deck. Rose brings Lucky out with you guys.
Artemis, I had just one real question I wanted to ask you before we get into. Well, really, the last question I probably can ask you, really. Are you mad at me? Are you upset by me? Are you angry?
I was for a really long time. There are a couple various reasons, but if I am, it's not in a way that matters. I think it's kind of like the way that, I don't know, you're mad at a sibling. I mean, not saying that you're like Dagrin, but
I mean, I have no point of reference, really.
I don't know. I'm mad that you're not going to be there afterwards.
We knew that was going to happen eventually.
Well, I had a lot of backup plans to make sure it didn't. I would drag you kicking and screaming to stay with me selfishly until I died, and then we'd go cause mischief together. Sounded pretty fun to me.
It does.
Rose just quickly interjects and says, I know you didn't ask me, but I'm mad at you still, Bowmin.
I understand, Rose. And to you, Artemis and Rose, my apologies that I made you upset, but that was the first decision I think I made selfishly in a long time. So, and coming back, also very selfish. So,
Oh, well, you rub off on me, I rub off on you, it all works out.
you say that, Artemis, but you are quite the unselfish person that I have ever met. You say something, you are more a narcissist than selfish.
Is there a difference?
No, you care for people more than you let on. You give more than you ever really take. And I've never met someone who has secretly tried to help people more than you have. You just like to name things after yourself. That's like the biggest thing that you have.
Yeah. It is pretty fun.
But you are a good man, Artemis.
Thanks, Bowmin.
In another life, I would like to think that we were long friends. And we were always together. And we didn't have to deal with this life or death situation every 5 seconds. Time to relax. I wish.
Well, let's I mean, here we are. It's a boat. Sunset's gonna head in that direction soonish. Got some booze.
I think we should probably make it to the Presswell's household. Rose, Penny didn't say about getting a +1, but I'm pretty sure it's implied that you are welcome to come. She was, I believe, saying, Artemis, you can attest to this. She was saying earlier that she wanted to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, yup. Yes, everyone.
I
All
got the
three.
sense she didn't like me.
No,
Which I don't know why. I don't know what I did to her.
you just have
Nothing.
he just has like a bit of a harder outer shell. But once you get past it, it's all nougat. All right.
Well, if I'm invited, I won't say no.
Yeah, great. Yeah, all three of us.
As the three of you make your way to the Presswell house, as you're walking there, Rose does say to you, Artemis, she just says, like, you know, for what it's worth, you know, when that encounter we had occurred,
Oh,
I was enamored with the idea that you were who you said you were at that time. And that's not who you were. You weren't a hero like you claimed you were. But you are more that man now. And you are, Bowman's right. You are a good man. And you have done a lot to try to help this city. And despite what some people say, I think what you did with trying to help all those refugees was very admirable as well. I know the president and the others in power are doing a lot of fear mongering about who those refugees are, but I think you've done the right thing. So.
thanks, Rose. It's really
That's
nice of you to say.
that's the compliment you're gonna get from me today.
I'll take it. That reminds me. You're not joining us tomorrow, right? You're staying
Well,
here?
I was going to, but Bowman made me swear not to, so I
Yeah.
guess I'm staying here and helping Freedom protect the city.
I think it makes things a little easier for us if there's someone we know and trust here. Someone capable. That'd be great. I also, today I was, doot writing a little ditty.
Oh God.
Here, I just wanted to, I haven't recorded it or put it anywhere, but everyone else gets the vibe that they're like, "Ugh, things are gonna go bad." I think I'm going to be okay. But in case I'm wrong, because it does happen now and then, get someone good to play this for you, and I'll just like hand her a bunch of just like sheet music. someone good. I don't want some just like random crap artist, you know?
Okay. Do you have any one in mind, or?
No, you've got good taste.
I don't know how true that is. I did go on a date with you after all, but
Damn.
Does Artemis need some
taste.
healing from that burn?
I think you guys will be fine too, for what it's worth. And then, if you are, then you can play whatever this thing is. But
It's good.
I will hang on to it just in case.
Thank you, Rose.
All right, well, let's hope I don't piss off Penny too much. And you guys make your way to Penny's house. Before we do the dinner at Penny's house, I want to check in on the dinner at Nyx's house. So Nyx's family all comes over for dinner. Nyx gets to meet her little niece, I am now learning. Because she got to make her niece. Carthy Nyx Ironhide. The cutest little gnome baby you ever did see. So small. But of course, normal baby size for a gnome.
Yeah.
And the whole family's gathered around, your mom and dad, your sister, your sisters, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your niece. Everybody's gathered around. Very crowded in here. It's not a big house, even by gnome standards. You're holding the baby, and at one point,
Just tears when they tell me what her name is.
Yeah. Your dad at one point sort of taps his glass and says, all right, family. It's been a long time since we had a family dinner, and I wish that we were under better circumstances, but, Nyx, I know you're going to keep this city safe, and you're going to keep this family safe. And, that's what's important. And just in case, Orla and Glim, the rest of us scrape together some money to get the two of you and the baby out of town. Just for a few days, until things settle down. Because if it comes to it, we want the baby to have a good life. And I know Nyx is going to make sure that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But just in case. Nyx, we can't believe everything you've been doing. But we're so proud of you. And, hopefully this is the last crazy adventurer thing you do. And, you worry. We're just worried about you. And
we're really worried about you. Why are you doing all of this?
We love you and we're proud of you, but also we'd like it if you weren't putting yourself in danger as much.
Yeah, I think after all of this settles down, I won't be adventuring as much. I'm gonna try to stay a little closer to home.
We love that.
Maybe go into politics. And everybody just kind of groans.
Yeah, your sister Lily says, oh, Nyx, didn't you get in jail because you were into politics too much?
Yeah, but it's different now.
Is it? Is it different now?
A little bit.
There's
We
laughter.
can vote.
There's laughter at the table, and the baby starts fussing, and Orla, takes Carthy from you to feed her, and it's just a nice family dinner, and hopefully not the last family dinner.
Yeah.
I
take, like, I imagine that my mom has made a lot of tarts and pies.
She actually.
We've been busy in the kitchen all day.
At the end of dinner, she does bring out a picnic basket, big picnic basket, and gives it to you and says, "This is for you and your friends to stay full, stay energized. You've got a big day ahead of you tomorrow, so make sure you share the snacks with everybody, especially that orc friend of yours. I know how much he likes my cooking, so
he will greatly appreciate." In my head, but also there's tears welling up in my eyes because I know Bowmin can't eat it.
You go to bed, have a hard time falling asleep. Eventually, you do get to sleep, however, and as you do, you hear the click, click, click of the orrery in your dreams, and you find yourself back in Lottie's workshop. Woo! You have got some crazy shit going on down there.
Yeah.
Nice family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah. Again, I let you keep the orrery for this big thing. I'm sure you know. What are your plans for breaking it up and splitting it up after?
Yeah. I was kind of thinking hammer.
Okay, that's not really you can't just smash it with a hammer. It's a magical artifact.
Oh.
If destroying it was that easy, I would have done it.
Got it. Okay. How did you break it?
I took the pieces apart, but the pieces are still powerful.
Wait.
You can disassemble the pieces fine, but what are you doing with the pieces?
Oh.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you were going to destroy the pieces. You can't just smash the pieces with a hammer. That's not how it works.
Well, I was planning on going. I know I just told my parents that I wasn't going to go on any more adventures, but I gotta spread this out.
Ideally.
I think that I'm just gonna. It's gonna be kind of hard, but I have some friends who know how to get to other planes, so I think I'm gonna at least send a couple of the pieces to different planes. Not to go here, to go there, but
sure,
separate planes.
Sure.
And then I don't know, probably send one to the bottom of the ocean and go to the highest peak.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
Bury one in a cave.
Hey, between this time and last time it was assembled, it's been 500 years. So, if you can get even half of that, that'd be great.
But yeah, I've been doing the test every now and then to make sure that I don't want to go off and travel the planes myself. And I've so far I've passed.
Well, I've been trying to keep some of those detrimental effects at bay as best I can, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Because I know you've got this thing, this big thing you gotta do. After the last time all this shit happened with the orrery, I sort of made sure that my soul was more directly connected to it as a safeguard. So,
Really
I
appreciate
have
it.
some influence over it.
Do you have any insight into what's gonna happen?
Not really. You gotta fight a big fuck all dragon
Yeah,
and a lich.
yeah.
Yeah, Sastam's not a nice guy. I met him at a conference one time. He kind of sucks. But
They have lich conferences?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. When was it? I don't know, like 300 years ago, something like that. I don't know. It was a while ago.
Is there anything that I could say to him to get under his skin? Because I'm normally pretty
Well, he
nice
doesn't
guy.
really have skin anymore, so
You know what I mean.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really.
Should I talk about the fact that he doesn't have skin anymore?
No, I don't think that'll bother him that much. I don't know. I mean, he just kind of sucked at the conference, so I just tried to avoid him. I mean, there's not. I'm gonna be so for real. Most liches kind of suck. They're bad hangs. I don't know why we do this conference every few hundred years, but
Lottie?
yeah.
Thanks for this opportunity and for deciding that I was like worthy enough and all that. I appreciate you believing in me.
Well, you are the first worthy person to try to assemble the order in a very long time. So I'm happy to have the opportunity to meet you.
Likewise.
All right, good luck tomorrow, kid.
Thanks.
With that, you finish having a good night's sleep. The Presswell house, dinner time. Bowmin and Artemis and Rose are there. Did Jinarra go?
Jinarra went, yeah.
Jinarra went. So most people are there. Jinarra's there first, I think. And you open up a bottle of wine or whatever, you're having a nice dinner. Knock at the door. You go to answer it. And you see like Bowmin and Artemis first, and then you notice that Rose is also there.
Oh, Rose, hi.
Hi, I hope it's okay. Bowmin said that I was invited.
Of course it's okay.
Yeah.
It's really okay.
It's totally okay. Yeah. I'm touched that you guys are here. I really didn't think anyone was gonna come. This is wild, but
Well, of course we would have gone. We wouldn't have gone somewhere else and had other plans.
okay, I'm sure. Come on in. I'm sure my dad will be happy to see you both. And Rose. Well, my dad doesn't know you, Rose. Sorry. I just said that, sorry.
You all come in, sit around the table. What's for dinner?
What's for dinner is gonna be lots of meat and potatoes and very, very wet carrots.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he's just like, this is my favorite. My mom used to make these wet carrots all the time.
Is that why all of you have orange hair?
Well, I don't know.
Ben, to clarify, this isn't our last night before the battle, is it?
This is now.
Okay, then this is damn. Hate that Nyx isn't here. I will bring. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring Nyx a cup of this spell. That's not how it works, but I hope you'll let me do it.
We can retroactively say you stop over there to do this. What are you doing?
Well, I would
Maybe
like
once
to.
all my family goes to bed.
Yeah, maybe after the family stuff, Nyx comes and
Yeah.
joins.
Yeah.
That would be perfect because I definitely looking for the damn spell. Definitely want to cast Hero's Feast.
Octavia, too? I mean...
Yes, and Octavia
Sure.
We
forgot
had a nice brunch in the morning.
I'll send another message after dinner and say, if you are available, Please.
Really
come
important
over.
after dinner drinks.
Yes,
Yeah.
really important after dinner drinks. So we'll revisit the really important after dinner drinks in a
Thank you.
second. So yeah, you all are at dinner. You make that comment about the orange hair. And Peter says, the reason everybody here has orange hair is both me and their mom had orange hair. So I don't know why I have orange hair. I don't know why she had orange hair, but you know.
You
Well,
didn't
I mean,
skip a generation?
it
No.
is a recessive gene, so it would make sense. That
That's so cheap.
it is.
If you say so. Hey Bowmin, when are you coming back to poker night?
Penny, you haven't said anything.
No, I've just been so busy and it didn't seem like something that was on me because he's your friend and my dad. So, Dad, I think we can revisit poker after the
No,
fight.
no, I won't be coming back.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna lie to your father.
That's what I've done my entire life. I wasn't gonna start telling the truth now.
When did you lie to me?
I lie all the time.
Out of love.
Great.
Yeah.
Why won't you be coming back to poker, Bowmin?
To make a long story short, my time is very limited, and it is exactly my timer is exactly at the end of when Fearkindler falls. So I don't have much time left. It's okay though. It's by choice. So you can't be sad because it's okay.
I'm gonna
I
refill.
don't-
If you're sad about it, I'm gonna be sad about it, and
I'm gonna refill his drink.
I don't think that's how it works, Bowmin. I don't understand this. I don't understand any of what you all do. I know I've been not always the strongest supporter of adventuring, but Penny, I am very proud of you and what you and your friends have done. And I am grateful that you have brought such wonderful people into our lives. Bowmin, Artemis, Jinarra, and your other friends all have been great. And, you saved my life, and you saved the house, and, that shouldn't fall on a daughter's shoulders, shouldn't have fallen on your shoulders. It should have been something that I figured out on my own. But I'm grateful nonetheless, and I wish that you didn't have to go through all that. And Bowmin, I don't know what you're talking about not making it to poker next week.
All of his friends are in denial.
I'll expect to see you there.
They'll save a pipe for him.
I've already requested snacks to save a pipe for me. Oh, also, maybe use one of your personal card decks next poker night. Just a suggestion.
Okay.
Also, Dad, maybe for poker you guys do fake money.
It's not as exciting.
I understand that, but wow.
Look, if you're worried about the house, don't be. I can't bet it. Your name is on the deed.
And it will stay on the deed even after I die.
And to make you Miss Presswell, to make you more ease, we stop when we have to start betting our clothes on our back. So that's
true.
why.
That's true.
You bet the clothes on your back.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We very specifically don't.
Yeah, below the waist, that is fine.
Oh,
But as soon as it gets to the back, that's when we.
so you're playing strip poker with my dad.
No, it's not
Have you
that.
been invited?
Sometimes that's the only thing that he has left, and he's just for some reason, is very confident when he only has 2 pairs of 2s, which is really strange.
I won back my watch that time.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely won that one. It was not given.
I got the watch back. I won it back.
Yeah. No, we didn't see you cry on the poker.
I'm gonna put on some music, and he gets up from the table and he goes over and he looks through the record collection. And Artemis, when did you sign this?
Oh, a long time ago. You haven't seen it.
That's so sweet of you. Oh,
Hold on. Trace it. It'll do the thing.
he does it.
It definitely sings Octavia's mom.
Ah, that's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bet that.
I would never bet this.
Two
Bowmin,
things you can't bet: the house and the record.
Bowmin leans over to Artemis. He says that now.
Yeah, I know.
It's Christ.
Crazy. He bet Penny's birth certificate once. And then we were just like, well, we gotta go home.
I didn't bet her birth certificate. I bet a copy of it.
You
The
should have
original
bet.
is safe.
Why didn't you bet one of the twins? There's 2 of them. They could have just shared one of them.
You lost them years ago.
You're assuming that he didn't already do that.
He picks out an album, starts playing it.
Jinarra
It's
is
not
so
actually a
happy.
Brightshield album. He doesn't discover all the money that was hidden in the sleeve. Yeah. Eventually, dinner winds down. You do after dinner drinks. And it's the time for the Heroes Feast.
I'll just pull out from, I still call it Bowman's Hole, just this enormous, just bedazzled chalice. And I will just kind of go around and ask that everyone, we don't have to role play this, but just like asking everyone to remember some of their favorite and least favorite parts of our journey, and just laughing at each other and laughing at things that we said and awkward things during the body swap, telling people about the body swap, talking about how we discovered Nyx's love of horses, just like all of our like favorite iconic moments. To have it just be an hour of us laughing and being together.
Yeah.
And then adding various like elements, just like making the very best like mixed drink that I can. The first couple of batches don't go so well, but eventually we like get it to a really good drink. Nothing too strong. It's more just the flavor and the camaraderie than anything.
Yeah.
And then we'll just all like sip from the same chalice until we're done.
Great. You cast Heroes Feast. Also in the midst of the recounting of the body swap events, Rose says, "Wait a minute. So Penny, what was it like being in Artemis's body?"
I have blacked it out. I couldn't tell you one thing. I didn't pee
Yeah.
for days. Nasty infection, I'm sure, for Artemis after that. I
It hurt.
can't imagine the medical bills.
That's
Just stay quiet.
intense.
Rose, I don't know how you did it. You're stronger than I could have been.
Well, to be fair, I didn't body swap with him.
No, I know, but you were in the general vicinity of all.
I do not want to hear this.
Bowmin
What?
entered her, or already entered her body.
Thank you. I didn't want to make the joke. Thank you.
We don't know that.
Okay, first of
Jinarra's
all,
just drinking and enjoying
first of all,
herself.
you're not married, therefore, not okay. All right.
What a weird
Oh,
take,
man,
old
you're
man.
No, Bowmin, that's not right. It's okay for them. They just can't get pregnant because they're not married.
I will concede. There we go. Second of all, not at the dinner table. Take that to the living
Drinking.
It took a lot to finally get embarrassed by all of you, but you fucking done it.
Yeah, Rose, I mean, is beet red, right?
It's weird. It's a weird emotion. I don't like it.
The Hero's Feast has been successfully cast. Run through the list of what they get
Oh, geez.
for the next 24
Okay.
hours.
So it's going to be a 2d10 increase, hit point maximum increase. So that is on top of the temporary. So 2d10, everyone can roll that themselves, or I can just roll it. Whichever.
Why don't you roll it?
I will roll it. Let's do a 2d10. Boop and boop. That is a, well, we're going to get, oh, that's pretty good. 7.
All right, increase your hit point maximum by 7.
Max by
Is that
7.
override max HP or max HP modifier?
Modifier.
That's on top of 22. So take 29 altogether.
Wait, does that last over?
So the 22 temporary hit points are different. So the 7.
7 changes your max. The
7 changes
22 are
your
temp-
max, so you can heal that extra 7. You cannot heal temporary hit points.
Real quick, the temporary hit points, though, that's only when we take a long rest, because we're going to take another long rest before.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Right, so don't put in the temporary yet.
Don't do the
That's right.
temporary.
Or we can all hit long rest and just do it now while we're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, did anyone cast any spells?
Whatever you want to do, we'll assume you do the inspiring leader before the battle. What else does Hero's Feast get everybody?
Okay, adding my 7 back, sorry. Okay, so it is going to be, I will read it. For 24 hours, cured of all diseases and poison, immune to poison, and being frightened, which is important against dragons. Immune to being frightened. Makes all wisdom saves with advantage.
Ooh.
And the 2d10 hit points. So poison and frighten doesn't matter. And wisdom saves with advantage, 7 additional hit points for 24 hours. Huzzah.
You all remember that, because it's not my job to remember that.
Write that shit down.
Okay. You all finish your drinks for the evening. You all depart, make your way back to your places. As you're sort of all going your separate ways, Penny Rose does say to you, listen, I always got the impression you didn't like me all that much, but thank you for having me over. It means a lot.
Sure. I think Bowmin really appreciated having you here. And Artemis. And Artemis definitely appreciated it too.
She blushes a little bit again, is like, right, well, good luck.
You too. Keep
And
the
she makes
city
it.
safe.
She makes a hasty retreat.
When she leaves, I'm just gonna be like, you stupid girl.
Mister.
You all return home, try to get as good rest as you can. Bowmin.
Message to my parents before I go to bed.
Oh, yes. What's the message say?
It's just really brief. I'm just gonna say fighting Fear Kindler tomorrow with my friends. Wanted you to know how much I love you. Hopefully I will see you soon.
The message you get back is, good luck. Wish it didn't have to be you. We love you too. We're proud of you.
Great.
Bowmin, as you go to bed that night, you find yourself back on the battlefield in the mist with the other dead soldiers. So, your final battle is tomorrow.
That's the
And
hope.
after that, we can all go to the Hall of Judgment together,
Yes.
finally.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you for giving me a moment longer to finish my job.
The army of Cormier will try to ride out and meet the enemy tomorrow as well. But that won't be you. That will be elsewhere on the line. We just want you to know we're keeping our end of the bargain.
Of course. As somebody who still walks among the living, I don't think the living will ever have the time nor the amount of bounty to repay the amount that you have given. So thank you.
Once you are at rest, we can all finally be at rest.
I look forward to it.
So do I.
I also, real quick question. Is Diesel here yet?
No, he's not here yet.
Okay.
He's fine. I mean, you left him in Ravenloft, but he's fine.
Yeah, they're
He's not here yet.
I'm glad that they are not here yet.
That they're not here, yes. Yes. No. They are still somewhere in Ravenloft.
That would be so shitty to end up here at the beginning of all of this.
Uh-huh.
You just
I
got
just
here.
got here. I just got out of
There's a
Ravenloft.
dragon. Everyone's
And-
gone.
Yeah. The last thing I'll do for the night. Artemis, you find yourself in a familiar dreamscape as well. The silver flame wants a word. Well. What a road it has been, you and I. I can't say I approved of the precise way you handled the Oikos situation, but the flame burns on and the faith grows. So, thank you, I suppose.
Of course. When all this is done, I think I'm going to spend time intentionally at home, cultivating it in my own way.
I'll be interested to see what that looks like.
Me too.
Well, you have not lost the flame's blessing. You can keep it.
Yep. If there's any cosmic influence you might have, I know working through me, but should the chance arrive, appreciate it.
I will lend you as much might as I am able.
Thank you. Never mind.
Well, if you were going to ask about your family,
A friend, but we'll let things go as they fall.
I do not know what will become of your friend.
So,
Well, you have my blessing. Luck. And you drift back off to an uneasy night's sleep. Yes, Octavia.
Can I do one more thing? Can I retroactively do one more thing?
Absolutely.
Can I have
someone?
No, I would like to have gone to Amos and taken the dragon staff back.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to Amos, you ask for the dragon staff, and he says, by all means, should be an aid in the battle. You may not be able to use it to force him out of the city anymore, but it's got other powers.
Yeah. So I would like to attune to that this evening.
Yep. There you go.
And I'm gonna get rid of the amulet of proof against detection one because I don't think we really need that right now. They know
Yeah,
where
at this
we're at.
point, probably not.
They
Yeah,
know
at this
where we're
point,
at.
probably not. Great. Okay. With that, you all go to sleep.
Also, before my parents went to sleep, before my family left, I told them about Joyce and how, like, if worst comes to worst, to find Joyce.
Okay, great.
Very wise.
The next day, you go to Amos, and he teleports all of you to the site of the final battle.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, Amos teleports you. You arrive at the top of a small fort on a hillside. You can see spread out all around you are the arranged forces of the army of the Sword Coast Federation, stretching out in both directions. You're near the center of the line. You see President Wolf approaches you. He's in full military uniform. Well, they'll be here soon. I hope you all are as much of a distraction for the dragon as you say you are.
Oh, don't worry. We will be.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of us will handle, well, them. And he points east, and you see, just barely in the distance, this mass movement heading towards you.
Fuck.
As that happens, very cinematically, there's a crack of lightning and thunder, and it starts raining.
Oh, perfect.
So,
It'll work.
well, we will give the fort a wide enough berth for you to have the room you need to work with to fight the dragon. The army will engage the monsters and the mercenaries and the other allied forces of the Red Wizards. And hopefully, despite the short notice, we've got the forces to repel this attack. And then we can all go back to yelling at each other in the papers. How's that sound?
Lovely.
Sounds peaceful.
Sounds great.
Very well. I need to get to my command center. Good luck.
You too.
He departs accompanied by his bodyguards. Amos sort of nods all of you and says, I will be providing magical support to the bulk of the army as well. So, unlike last time you fought here, Kindler, I won't be with you. But I wish I could be.
Keep yourself safe.
You too.
Good luck.
Thanks. Hey, if worst comes to worst, I activate all the giant ass statues in Waterdeep and they fight the dragon.
That's an option?
Well, we talked about that, and then Artemis very specifically said don't do that, so I didn't
don't-
do that.
Okay.
No, Artemis said
There are
okay,
people's
I'll come to
houses.
that.
Yeah.
People have built things on and around them, and moving the giant statues would, destroy those homes and shops and stuff. So
Very last resort.
It's always good to have a backup plan.
Very last
good to
resort.
have a backup plan.
Mhm.
Right. Good luck. Stay he gestures at the sky and the rain pouring down all around you. Stay dry.
You too.
I think there'll be enough fire that will be pretty dry.
And he departs. The dread, like, very slowly builds in your chest as the army gets closer and closer. And then finally, all down the line in both directions, you hear deafening booms as, yes?
No, my face, like, there's a lot
Oh,
of light coming
okay.
in. I'm like, ah.
You hear deafening booms as the Sword Coast Federation army fires their artillery guns. You see massive explosions in the distance hitting at the center of the Red Wizard's army. You see giant magical shields protecting some chunks of the army from the explosions, but the explosions happen anyway. Then, like a bullet, you see shooting ahead of the army, sweeping down the line, is the largest dragon you have seen. And you recognize this as Fear Kindler, but he is even larger than the last time you fought him. That his scales are cracking apart with the immense heat generated within his body. He lets loose a blast of flame and destroys 2 artillery guns at once, and then he circles back around, and as he does, he flies, still too far away for any of you to do anything, but he flies past the fort, and you see his head turns. As you see him fly by, you also notice, riding on his back is a lich in elaborate, immaculate red robes with gold highlights and trim, gold like metal bands going up and over his head. It appears that Saz Tam, leader of the Red Wizards of Thay, is overseeing this attack himself. Fear Kindler swoops away again, starts swooping back around. The gunfire is going off all around you as the 2 armies get closer together. You see like demons bounding over the front lines of the Red Wizard's army as they charge into the gunfire, some of them getting taken down by machine gun fire from the Sword Coast Federation army, but some of them hitting the lines directly. You see magical spells going off from both sides. Chaos is erupting in the hills outside of Waterdeep. But
Everyone ready?
the dragon, Fear Kindler, now has eyes for you.
With the lich on his back?
With the lich on his back.
Perfect.
He swoops back around. And
Do we have time for anything, or are we launching?
You have time for something if you want to do something.
I would love to pop my crown of stars on.
Go for it.
As when he is just less than a minute out, I would like to, like, a minute before we have to, or no, 45 seconds before we have to roll initiative, I would like to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
Nope. If anybody else needs anything they want to do before combat starts, you can do it now.
I'm casting Mirror Image.
Okay.
And I also just want to say, like, aloud to my friends, we're gonna do what we can to save the city. But if it seems like all is lost, get yourselves out. Don't die over this. Please, I beg of you, do what you can, but if all else fails, get yourselves out.
And the same goes for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
Right? Jinarra?
It won't come
Right?
to it.
I cast Mirror Image on myself.
and
Did
I'm
you
gonna
also do your speech?
Yeah, I said I did it when we were figuring things out. Yeah, everyone take 22 temporary hit points if you haven't already.
22.
22, I leveled up again.
yay. I'm gonna cast Fire Shield around myself in the cold flame
Great.
type.
I'm also making myself fly.
Does that 22 temporary hit points apply to our mounts, our fine steeds?
I think I have to choose 6 people, including myself. But here, give me 2 seconds. Let me check.
Can I cast protection from energy on myself to be resistant to fire damage?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's only 6 allies, including myself.
Ooh, wait, I did have a bunch of potions. Salem is blocking my screen. Does anybody want a potion of frost giant strength, potion of gaseous form, potion of heroism, or potion of diminution?
Do that frost giant to Bowmin.
I think he's already stronger than that.
Oh, incredible.
Does anybody else want to be super strong? Jinarra, do you want to be frost giant strong? You have a strength score of 23 for an hour. So I don't know if Bowmin.
I have a strength score of 25.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone not able to do anything for themselves ahead of time? Because I have another potion of heroism for an extra 10 temporary hit points.
Temporary hit points is you can only have temporary hit points for one source. So
I'm also going to do protection from energy and do fire or resistance to fire damage.
great.
That seems wise.
All right.
Wait, Jinarra, did you want the potion of frost giant strength?
What does it do?
You have a strength score of 23 for an hour.
I'm going to be doing a lot of punching, so that might be helpful.
Yeah.
How will that change my... If I hit it, will it automatically do the thing for me?
If you just for now, click on strength and see if you can change it to 23, and it should adjust your calculations for whatever's going to be stronger. Whatever is going to be strongest.
Do it. Oh! Wait, that's cool. Yeah, I could do more damage now. I'll take it if no one else wants it.
I think it's best with you.
Yep.
Great.
All yours.
Punch things. That's exciting.
Okay. So, with all of that prep out of the way, Fear Kindler wheels towards the fort where you all are stationed. He is flying, pretty high up in the air, hovering over the edge of the road in front of you. And he says, his voice sort of booming and echoing across the landscape. I was hoping for the opportunity to finally put an end to such pesky ants as you. I have dreamed about this day for the last year, and I can't wait to devour your charred and burnt corpses.
I just go, wow, guys, he's been thinking about us a lot. That's
Aw.
So cute.
Obsessed.
Biggest fan.
Thank you!
You should buy an album.
He roars extremely loudly, silencing all of you. And then from his back, Saztam, despite his mass political stature, looks tiny atop this monstrous dragon. He says, "So you are the excuse for heroes that Waterdeep has. Well, I look forward to seeing if you're worth all of this." And then, just to add a last little bit, you see climbing up over the ridge are 2 very large undead creatures, seemingly made out of bones and flesh sewn together. as two large bone claws join the battle. And with
You.
that, I would love for everybody to roll initiative for the last time.
Oh, claw.
Aw.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, I'm so much closer than I thought I'd be. Okay.
You gasped like you had to do some sort of fitness thing.
No.
Wow, we haven't had any nat 20s.
Mm-mm.
Ben had one.
Well, yes, Ben had one.
And Sam did not account for that.
No, it's not. And I already did it. So
Yeah, he did in the break.
All right.
No, it says DM 20-second wall sit.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see that.
Nyx,
10.
Octavia,
Penny.
20, Artemis,
17.
17, Jinarra,
16.
Bowmin,
15.
Penny.
21.
Okay. And there we have it, folks. Penny is up first, followed by Octavia, then Artemis, then Fear Kindler, then Jinarra, then Bowmin, then Saztam, then the two Bone Claws, then at the rear, Nyx. So,
Trying to write that down was hard because Salem was setting up my notebook. I
Oh,
was getting increasingly annoyed with how far I had to move my hand.
well, I think that's Salem's notebook now.
Salem's notebook.
So, with that, starting the initiative, Penny Presswell.
No!
one hit.
You know what to do. Come on, you know what to do.
I know it's the
Sit
same
here.
thing as always. I'm nervous that his. Okay. I'm gonna try. The first hit, I'm not gonna take the -5 because I don't know what his AC is. So I'm
Sure.
gonna test the waters to figure out where we're at.
Okay.
But I'm gonna hit him with my lightning launcher. Oh, okay. 17 plus 14.
17 plus 14 is 1 plus 31, I think. That hits.
That was fucking scary. I don't know why you said it like that. Okay, what?
Well, I had to do the math. I had to math my way
Oh.
through it because you didn't do the math. So then
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that's 15 a hit. Or sorry, 15 damage.
15 damage.
Okay. And that hits him normal. He does there's nothing weird, like it doesn't. Okay.
No
All right.
resistance to lightning damage.
Okay. I'm gonna do my next 3 attacks with the -5.
Okay.
One was a nat 20. One was a 19. Nat 20 doesn't do anything though, because I have a -5, right?
It's still a crit.
Okay. The lowest is a 16 to hit.
A 16 does not hit.
Okay, and then the next one is 20, 28.
28 hits.
So one of them misses. All right, for the crit, it's gonna be okay. So 26, 36, 46, 53. And the next is 25.
You let off your shots. One bullet ricochets off of his scales, but the other 3 find purchase. You see jolts of electricity shooting out of him. He laughs loudly in his draconic voice. Bee stings to my power.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I'm not gonna action surge right now.
Great. Octavia, that's your turn.
Yup. Hmm. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read through this to see. So if I cast the Conjure Elemental at 5th level, I'm trying to understand like what level of challenge rating thing I can grab from that.
Conjure. On. Conjure. Elemental. Wait, one.
Like, if I cast it at 5th level, can I get a challenge rating of 5? And it's like anything above that can increase the challenge rating?
Yes. That's what
Okay.
it seems like.
Okay, then I'm going to conjure a. I think I can only do Earth Elemental because it says it has to be from like what's near you.
Great.
And I'm gonna put it like here.
Boom.
And basically tell it, protect us.
Do you have the Earth Elemental stat block pulled up? Because I can just have you run it.
I can pull that up. Let me find it.
Yeah, because we'll treat it just like Haze or Cypress. I know it technically says roll initiative for the elemental, but we'll just have it act on your turn.
Okay.
Because it follows your commands anyway without an action. So
Okay. Yeah. So I grabbed that. Oh no. What did I do? My computer got. Okay. All of my things moved. I have to I'm sorry.
nope.
My whole screen, everything changed positions. Okay. So now I can run his, because that was basically my turn.
Yep.
Right, correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay. So I'll have it attack the bone dude.
Well, go for it.
So it's got 2 slam attacks. So the first one is a 22.
22 hits.
Okay, and the second will be a 27.
27 hits.
Okay, and then that'll be 2d8 plus 5 for each damage. What? So that's 8 and 14 damage to that guy, just bludgeoning damage.
Great. All right. At the end of your turn, Fearkindler is going to use 3 legendary actions to do his Arcane Spear ability.
Cool.
So you see 4 flaming spears of energy materialize around Fearkindler, and they shoot off towards you all, He doesn't have to roll to hit. There's no saving throw. This is just automatic damage. It's like magic missile.
He's
Octavia.
so scared.
Octavia, you take 12 force damage.
Okay.
Artemis, you take 12 force damage. Penny, you take 12 force damage. Bowmin, you take 12 force damage. And Artemis, it's your turn.
Rude.
Okay. Damn. Great. Just looking over the battlefield, seeing everything there, I'm going to try and do a little bit of quick math here, and I'm going to try to get in a 40-foot cube, Saztan, this big ol' dragon, and at least one of my guys. Let me get, let me just do the math, make something pretty here. Ooh, nature, I wonder what that looks like. Square. Do it. Can I move it? Can I move it? Yes, I can. Maybe about like that. Oh, I'm making multiple.
Oh.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Yes, I will do, just to be safe, I'll do this
Okay.
40-foot cube, and I'm going to cast slow for all three of these baddies that are in there for wisdom save 22, please.
Wisdom save 22.
And I will cast that at 3rd level.
Does that include wisdom save
It doesn't. It
my
does not.
guy?
I can choose who's affected.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, the Bone Claw got an 18.
Failure.
What'd you say the save was? 22?
22, please.
Okay. Fear Kindler got a 24.
Oh, do I want to try and make it burn something? Because then he'll burn it if I do, right? Reaction. I'm looking at my cutting words. Sorry. Looking at my cutting words. Trying to find my cutting words. Looking at my cutting words.
Saztam got a 24 as well.
Okay, great. As a reaction when a creature is not immune to being charmed. Oh, okay. I don't think it will work because I've learned my lesson with charming. Okay, well then the Bone Claw will be slowed then.
Great. Okay.
Oh, is that my little square that's left over? I don't know. There's a little square there. Oh well. Then I will kind of step back a bit right against the edge here of the back wall. And I will instruct Cypress to zoom forward to this Bone Claw.
Great.
He will swoop in and make a little attacky attack against him. He will slash at him with his talons. That is a +6 to hit. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Good job, Cypress. Good job, Bird. That's going to be 6 +4. That is 5 + 4, 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Against him, that's where the bird is. He'll stay put down there, stay engaged with that Bone Claw. And then as a bonus action, Artemis will, geez, should I attack or help people? No, I'm going to inspire someone. I am going to call down to Bowmin, who's down there, and say, all right, old man, you better go out with a bang. Make it a good one. I will inspire you with a little bonus action, and then I believe that will be my turn. And I will kind of crouch down, duck down where I'm at.
Sure. Great. Okay. That brings us to Fear Kindler's turn. I'm so sorry. I do need a few more dice.
Oh God.
No, I
Loser.
don't think you do.
Hey, asshole. You needed new friends? Didn't think you could defeat us on your own?
Boom, vicious mockery.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got his
Hell
ass.
yeah.
Got his ass. Well, you got his ass so good. He's going to start flying down this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Don't-
You're counting?
Running?
Oh,
Running away!
That's half of his movement, by the way.
Oh God.
Oh, baloney.
uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Far away am I from that? Oh, you
Oh.
scared of me? Come on, come closer.
No, we're in a perfect cone right now.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there it is.
It was so big, guys. It's a 300-foot cone.
Oh my
All of
God.
you are in the 300-foot cone.
I think I'm just outside of it.
I
think
don't
Cypress
think
is
you
outside
are.
of it.
I
think
need
I've heard
everybody
of
to
this.
make a dexterity saving throw. Now, again, this is a dragon breath weapon, so it recharges on a 5 or a 6 for a great worm.
Great.
Okay, Penny, Jinarra, Artemis are within range of Bowman's aura.
The +5.
Plus 5.
Was this
Weirdly
guy-
enough, Cypress is actually a little outside of it because of the angle.
That's my bird. That's my
However,
bird.
the Earth Elemental and Haze both have to make these dexterity saving throws. And actually, so does the Bone Claw. So, you know.
Bone Claw. The Bone Claw slowed. Has something happened to him?
Yep. All right, well, let me figure out how much damage this is.
Sam, did you say +5 or +10 next to you?
Plus 5.
Okay.
This is a dex save?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Watch, it's gonna be like 40. That's gonna be the saving throw.
Yeah, we're all gonna be over 20 and it's gonna be not even close. Ben's gonna do that. Okay, so you all take half damage.
It's 1 million.
And then he'll
Having-
just go.
Does having resistance from 2 separate sources cancel out the half damage?
If only.
I'll allow it.
It would make it quarter damage.
Is that true though?
I think so. Well, if you succeed on the saving throw, it's half damage, half again for resistance.
I was gonna say, because Penny and I have
Right.
fight resistance.
No, I mean I have resistance from holding the staff and resistance from my fire shield.
Ooh.
But I think I failed my saving throw.
So
I
1/8
need to-
resistance.
So can I get quarter?
And it does hit me because it didn't hit a duplicate. I didn't roll high enough.
Dang.
It's okay. I still have 3 duplicates.
Imagine if it somehow did miss you, like that much fire going around you. You're like, nah, it just hit my duplicate.
Oh my god, I did do the math right. Wow. Ooh. All right, what did everybody get for their saving throws? Let's go one at a time. Nyx, you first.
31.
31
Plus
is
evasion.
31 is a success. So, and with evasion, you don't take any damage. Damn. Penny,
26.
26
Yeah.
is just a success.
Okay.
So you will take half damage. Octavia,
12.
12?
12.
That's a failure.
Yeah. But I have resistance from 2 different things.
So you'll take half damage still.
Okay.
Bowman,
Bowmin got a 30, and then Hayes also got a 26.
Hayes
Oh.
just passes. Bowmin, obviously you pass. Artemis.
My elemental got a 0 because I rolled a 1 and he has a -1.
Yeah, your elemental fails. Your elemental fails.
Yeah.
Artemis,
I roll with advantage because I am wearing the Dragon Guard breastplate,
right?
which gives me that against breath weapons. I rolled a 33.
Okay. Success, Jinarra.
33.
Success. Okay, so everybody is taking half damage. Except Nyx, who's taking no damage. The maximum damage was 82, so half that to 41.
This is fire damage, correct?
This is fire damage.
For Penny and I have resistance.
So half again.
Play.
Oh, I have resistance.
The
Great.
max was 81, half to...
The max was 82, half to 41, half again to 20.
Okay.
So,
Hayes is looking a little crispy.
yeah, I would imagine so. That was.
Oh, and I have to roll to save to make sure my elemental stays too.
Oh, wait, no, Hayes is gone because that's whole day.
Well, rip.
Is there any modifier or is it just a flat D20 roll?
It's plus your Constitution.
So 12?
Constitution saving throw, I should say.
Yeah.
12 is not going to be good enough to maintain concentration.
Okay, bye-bye, elemental.
Damage, right?
Huh?
Because you took 41 damage, right?
I did.
Okay, well, and I think the Bone Claw took full damage.
Oh, God. -2 to its armor.
Yeah, it took full damage. It's still there, but it's looking pretty crispy.
Okay, my elemental is gone. He has disintegrated into rocks again.
Rip. It was a good try.
Yeah.
Just melts into molten magma.
If my spell is concentration based and I get hit, does it go away?
You have to roll a concentration check.
What is the inside?
He swooped around and he's landing on this rooftop over there.
Well, that's cool.
How far away am I?
Penny, the Constitution check is a Constitution saving throw, and the DC is half of the damage you took, and you took 20 damage, so the DC is 10.
Okay, my Constitution saving throw is +11, so
Hey,
So unless you're rolling that one, you're fine.
I rolled a 10.
So you're fine.
if my little flamethrower guy was right there, was he hit by the breath weapon?
Probably.
But he's like behind the wall from where Fear Kindler was.
Is he down on the ground?
Yeah.
Then he probably had full cover.
Okay. So he didn't.
So then no, you
Okay.
didn't. Yeah.
Because Francis is.
Yes, I just need to mark where it is.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That was Fear Kindler's turn. He gets all his legendary actions back. Jinarra, it's your turn.
He's 35 feet away from me, and you said he landed, right? I have 45 feet of movement. Can I run and jump on his back?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck yeah.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
Rip off his scales. Stab him with his own scales.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, you land, you grab on, pull yourself up onto his back. You're up on his back.
Great, I'm punching him in the face.
Go for it. You crawl up to Fear Kindler's head.
I feel so strong with the frost giant strength. It's a nat one. Alright, it's okay.
You make your first punch and your knuckles shatter against his hard scales. You pull back like shaking your hand, wincing in pain. You go to punch again.
Not gonna stop me. That was significantly better. That is a 29.
29 hits.
Great. That is going to be, oh yes, it's a D8 instead of D6.
What's with the star? Oh, that's the cannon.
That is going
Yes.
to be 12 points of damage, and I'm going to attempt to stun him. It's a Constitution saving through DC 18. I don't think I was able to stun him last time we fought because I think his Constitution is too high, but we're going to try it anyways.
The shot.
Nat 1.
That was a really bad roll, still a 22.
That's good to know. Okay, great. We are going to punch him again because I get 3 punches.
Yeah.
That wasn't a great roll. That was 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
That
You
is
punch again. The pain of the scales are just like impenetrable. It's like punching a brick wall. You wince again. Fear Kindler, like you're grappled onto like the front of his face. He laughs. A meaningless effort, little one. And he uses one legendary action to reach up with one of his claws to try to like scrape you.
So I have to see if he actually hits me, right? Or my mirror image.
Yeah.
How annoying would it be to reach up and hit something that's not there when something is actually holding right onto your face?
I know.
He gets a mirror image instead.
Great. Well, that is a 23 to hit the mirror image, so that one's poof. But
Right. I have 2 more, and I'm still in front of his face. How annoying for him.
from elsewhere on the back from behind his head, you see Saztam looking down at you, like grappled onto his nose. And Saztam says, "Some tricky magic. We'll see how long that lasts."
We will.
Okay, Bowmin.
Can I say that before the battle started, I turned on my wings, my cloak of flying?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. That just allows me to move a little bit more. Also, Hayes is gone. You can take him off the battlefield.
Oh yeah.
Let me just make sure that I'm doing this right. Would hate to mess something up this late in the game. Okay. All right, I had 60 feet of movement, and I'm going to join Jinarra right here.
It's like old times of us just throwing ourselves right on top of bad things.
Old times, a year ago. And I'm gonna hit him with my great axe. Does a 30 hit?
A 30 hits.
Good, because if it didn't, then we'd have some issues. All right, 22 from the great axe, and then approved divine smite. That is going to be 6, and then we're going to do divine smite second level, which allows me 4. Mm. 17 extra damage from divine smite.
Okay, so how much total? Sorry, I'm also trying to queue up what Saztam's
A
is.
sick playlist.
Sorry. Okay, let me re-roll the great axe because
Yeah, I'm so sorry. There's a lot of moving pieces, and these are complicated stat blocks.
You're good. Let me you know what? Let me just re-roll all of it. Definitely wasn't. I didn't get a total any of them. Okay. 20 from the great axe. Approved divine smite. That was 7. And then regular divine smite second level. That is going to be 22.
Great. All right, first hit. Big bam! Blast of divine light. Fear Kindler like glares at you and says, "I always thought you were a particularly annoying ant orc."
Well, you did fire me, so that does make sense. It does.
Oh yeah.
Lore.
It's true.
And if you want to get that reference, rewatch season 1 of the Rollers game.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Perfect.
Gilded City. All right. Second attack. Oh, can I? You know, I'll save it. All right, second attack. Well, I don't like this because I'm going to have to be punished for it, but I did get a nat 20. Second attack.
Damn.
There it is.
So as tradition says, just move on to the next one, next turn.
Yeah, give me the total damage. Okay, that brings us to Saz Tam's turn. So Saz Tam, he's gonna slightly reposition himself on the back of Fear Kindler here. Oh no, where'd he go?
Where'd he go? He died.
I'll put Fear Kindler back. I just have to see what's going on here. Okay. He's going to say, you are, of course, mighty adventurers. But you are now faced with a god. And something funny just happened in the chat, I'm sure.
Sorry, yes, we're faced with a god.
Okay. So Saz Tam casts this thing like a dragon's breath weapon. This one recharges. He does get all of you in the cone.
What is this? Does this look like a spell?
It
Maybe a spell?
is not
Not a spell.
quite a spell. This is a different, slightly different thing. This is, again, this is like a dragon's breath weapon. This recharges on a 5 and a 6. I do need everybody in that cone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
I get +5 because you're right next to me, right?
Yep. Easy peasy.
25.
25 is a success.
9.
9 is a failure.
11.
11 is a failure.
Yeah.
Also 25.
Success?
I got a 26.
26. Okay, that's a success. So everybody, let's see. All my d8s. Jesus.
Is this something that would affect my cannon?
No, because your cannon's not alive.
Cool.
I'm not alive.
You know what I mean. Undead things technically count as alive. This is the cannon's a construct. Okay.
All just constructs in a made up game.
All right, so the max damage is 32 necrotic damage. So if you failed, you take 32 necrotic damage. If you succeeded, you take 16 necrotic damage. And you guys are immune to the frightened condition, so it doesn't matter. But what just happened was Saz Tam turned to you all and let out an unearthly wail and a torrent of the spirits of people he has killed erupted from him and engulfed all of you briefly. By the way, I think the actual position of it was here and would have included Cypress.
Oh.
So if you
There's
can
no
go for
way.
Cypress.
It's a con save?
Yeah.
Oh, let's just call it a failure now. Well, what is he? Oh, buddy. 18.
18's a failure. 36 necrotic. 32 necrotic damage.
Woo! Okay.
Did we see faces when that happened, or did we just hear things?
You saw faces.
So does Jinarra recognize a bunch of people because she went to all those funerals?
No, these were creatures killed by Saztam, not by Fear.
That's Tam, not Fear Killer. Sorry.
That ability features like a dragon's breath weapon, however. So that it like a dragon's breath weapon that recharges on a 5 or a 6. After doing that, Saztam is then going to use his bonus action. Actually, he
Not within 10 feet of me. Within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, he's gonna use his bonus action to teleport here. When he arrives, Artemis, you immediately take 10 psychic damage.
How?
As he arrives, this like whale of psychic energy slams into you. And then he's gonna move. He's gonna move over here. You know, not to so it's not a cluster on the back of the dragon, you know? That's Saztam's turn. At the end of his turn, Fear Kindler is going to use his remaining 2 legendary actions to wing attack against Bowmin and Jinarra. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
+5 because you're nearby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good that I have that. Okay.
Bowmin got a 25.
That is
18.
You got a what?
18.
18. Both of you fail. So you take. Ooh, good roll. You take 21 bludgeoning damage. Jinarra, you are knocked off of Fear Kindler and fall to the ground.
You hit my mirror image.
Oh, hit your mirror image. Okay.
Never
Never mind.
I have 1 left.
Can I technically use Sentinel on this one?
But it's a saving throw thing, not an attack thing. He's not making an attack roll.
Okay.
Well, read me the text of Sentinel. What does it
when
say?
a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a creature target other than you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you then, Bowmin, take 21 bludgeoning damage. You are also knocked prone, which in your case means you fall to the ground. Because he's like on the edge of the roof, so you plummet to the ground. You're gonna go ahead and take another 4 bludgeoning damage.
If he hit my mirror image, I can't do Hellish Rebuke back, right?
Nope. That mirror image is gone, though.
Yes, I have 1 left.
Okay.
He burned up 2 legendary actions to do that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Shh.
Hey, the legendary actions recharge.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
And you said those are his last 2 till his next turn, right?
Yes, correct. It is the Bone Claw's turns.
Oh,
The Bone Claw.
The Bone Claws. Okay. Bone Claw number 1 is going to he's gonna climb up here as quickly as he can.
he's half movement.
He's half movement, so he can't go any further. However, he does have enough reach to attack Penny. But he only gets to make 1 attack because he's slowed. So, does he get any negative to his attack roll?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, Penny does a 26 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 22 piercing damage as this giant long arm with these claws on the end of it stabs into you. You also take an additional 9 necrotic damage. And you are pulled right up next to it, and you're grappled by it.
Amazing.
So, Bone Claw number 2 is going to attack the bird in front of it.
Good.
Well, actually,
Attack my bird. Attack my bird. Be distracted.
the Bone Claw is going to move just like 5 to 10 feet over, still in melee range of your bird. But that gets him in the shadows at the bottom of the castle. Guess who else has a recharge on 5 and 6 ability? The Bone Claw does.
Boo.
So the Bone Claw is going to use its Shadow Jump ability. I need Cypress to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you know it fails. Yeah, fail. Just fail.
What was it?
That is a 7.
That's, yeah. Yeah, the save on this isn't that high, but 7's not good enough. Okay, so Cypress takes 33 necrotic damage. No, 35 necrotic damage.
Gone.
Okay. And the Bone Claw teleports up here. Nyx, that's your turn.
I've had like 5 different ideas in the last 30 seconds, and now all of them I can't do. So
sorry.
I can't really see anything. If I had rolled a better initiative, my plans would have worked better. How high up is this roof? Like this first roof?
15 feet.
Okay. Well, but I'd be able to see.
You've got your mage hand out still.
Yeah, but my mage hand can't go that far without me.
What are you trying to do?
Well, oh wait, I can cast through my mage hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
I think it's touch spells only with Arcane Trickster. I'm not 100% sure on that. Because Arcane Trickster gets to do some funky stuff with Mage Hand.
Yeah. Oh wait. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Casting spells. Also, there's a cat in my way, so that does make it a little difficult to see things. No, I can't
Okay.
cast through it. It does something else, but I have to be closer to things. Okay. Well, I guess I can. I guess I will fold space.
Okay.
And just I have to be able to see it. That's the only problem. It's
Where are you trying to get to?
either the Bone Claw or Saztim.
Okay. Well, you could move first.
Yeah,
I mean, you can see the Bone Claw.
I guess.
You have line of sight on the Bone Claw.
All right.
But if you moved forward, you could. If you moved like here, I would have let you see
See the
Saz's
everybody?
hand.
Okay. Well, I'll go there. And then fold space and can I bring my mage hand with me through the
Think
fold
so.
space?
Think
Okay.
so.
So then I'll go there. And I'm just gonna tap Saztam on his shoulder. I want to show up behind him because this is what I wanted to do in the last battle, and then it ended. But I want to tap him on his shoulder and go boo, and then I want to attack.
Okay. Did you use your bonus action to hide first?
No, but what my mage hand does give me now is if my mage hand is within 5 feet of my target, I get advantage.
Okay. Perfect. There you go.
Jesus.
Your mage hand, you tap him on the shoulder, go boo, he turns, mage hand like
My mage
yanks
hand
his
waves at him.
sure. Gives you advantage.
Nope. Ooh! Okay, natural 20.
Nice. Max damage for a rogue is crazy.
Yeah. Especially with advantage. And I am using my talon.
Mm-hmm.
So Saztam has to make a 15 Constitution saving throw. And let me
Rolled a failure, but it's going to use a legendary resistance.
boo.
All right, burn him up.
Yeah. So 58 points of damage without rolling anything. And then
58 to start.
that's 2. That's 22. Plus 19.
So 19 damage.
No. 58
58.
plus 22 plus 19. 99 points of damage.
So 22 and 19 are the other two.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That is a lot on one hit. That brings us to the top of the initiative.
Wait.
Oh, you still have
I
stuff.
didn't have to do my bonus action.
I'm so sorry.
I am going to use Dimensional Cloak and put my body out of phase with the material world.
Nice.
Casually.
Yeah. So I go boo, and then I zzz.
I'm translucent.
Yes.
So what does it mean when you're out of phase?
So I have advantage on stealth checks and disadvantage on attack rolls against me
Great.
for a minute.
Great. That brings us to Penny's turn.
I can still shoot if I'm grappled, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the bone claw.
Boom.
I'm gonna do it with the -5.
Okay.
Mm. 26? No. Yeah, hold on. Yes, 26.
26 hits.
Those bones.
28. Does
Good
this
hit.
make me ungrappled?
Nope, you're still grappled.
Okay. I'll just do the other 3 shots then. All -5.
Yep.
Oh, yikes.
He has a -2 to to his armor class right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay, the lowest was an 18.
That hits.
Okay,
You need damage one at a time because you might kill him on your second shot.
okay,
In which case, I'll need you to remember the other two attack rules.
okay.
Yeah.
28.
Okay, Bone Claw is dead.
Oh.
The other two.
Okay.
Boom.
So then I'll hit it Zastan.
Yep, go for it. What'd you get?
One of them's definitely not gonna hit. It was a 14.
14 is a miss.
Okay, and then the other one I think was a 13 plus 9 is 22.
22 hits.
Okay. $19.
19. Great. You shoot Saztam in the back.
Does it look like it affects him like normal? There's nothing weird?
It does seem like he takes a little less damage from that shot than you would have ideally liked.
Okay.
Magic
resistant.
As you do that, however, he turns his head towards you and says, "Be quiet now, I'm dealing with the gnome." And
he says it like an owl. His head just turns around.
Stop.
And you take no save or anything, you just take 10 necrotic damage from that.
But why?
And also
Jelly.
Vecna, even though not Vecna, I'm using Vecna's stat block, whoops. Saztam teleports away, actually. Even though he said he was dealing with the gnome, he teleports away.
What a little bitch!
He's a liar.
He's a liar
He
and a
teleports
snake.
here.
Okay.
He
Skincare
teleports
routine.
Action surge.
Teleports
Fuck.
there.
I want to action surge. I can
Go
still
for
hit him, can I?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna hit him 4 times.
go for it.
All right. Well, so one was a nat 1,
That
Fuck him
one's
up.
not gonna do
but
it.
one was a nat 20.
Oh, that'll counterbalance.
Damn.
And then having to add 9 to everything because this -5 is annoying. 22 to hit,
Okay.
and then 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Okay.
So the nat 20 and the 22 hit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 26, 36, 36 plus 13 is 49. And then 30.
Great. Okay. He teleports away, you swivel your gun around, bang, 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 bang. Two shots miss, but 2 find purchase. And despite the fact that they don't seem to be doing as much damage as you'd ideally like, he still is starting to look a little worn around the edges. You guys have managed to do a fair bit of damage to him in a pretty short amount of time. Octavia.
Yep. I'm going to use 1 charge of the Dragon Staff to command the Fear Kindler to, let's see, which one do I want to use? I want to tell him to halt, which means he is like stuck in place.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm using the Dragon Staff, he has disadvantage on his saving throw, which is a Wisdom 20.
Okay. He failed, but he burns a legendary resistance.
That's fine.
I'm up.
He sees you do that with the staff, and he looks at you and says, "Oh, I can't wait to pry that annoying staff from your dead hand."
You have to be
To
quite dexterous.
catch me first, I'm gonna jump down the trapdoor and hopefully like I'm inside the thing.
Yeah.
Am I hidden?
Yeah, you have full cover in there, yeah.
Great. I'm gone. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm gonna go
That's so funny.
into the trapdoor and how can I click the hide button? Is there like a
If you right-click on your token, there is a hide token feature that you should be able to click.
I don't think we can because
Well,
I don't see
I
it.
will just remember that you are inside.
Okay.
Great. Artemis.
Okay. Artemis is going to run forward, kind of parkour his way over this ledge, land on the roof, and just keep running. He'll get to about the edge of the corner here. Let me just double check all of my, yes, 25, 25, and 20. Everyone is within range. Sword will coalesce in my hand. I will look back over at Fear Kindler, point towards him, and there will be a flash of fire on my hand. I will place a Hexblade's Curse on Fear Kindler.
Great.
And then I will leap off of the what's the word? The roof. And there's the word. Leap off of the roof and in the air do my little set and attack with a Steel Wind Strike, hitting all three of these guys.
Nice.
Which is going to be a plus 14 to hit. Let's see if we can do it, buddy. We will first go against the Bone Claw, just because we'll get him out of the way. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, close. All right. Then let's do Fear Kindler, I guess. That is a natural 20 to hit.
Nice.
Incredible. And then we will. Oh, and it was a nat 20 because I rolled a 19 on the die. Thank you, Hexblade's Curse.
Nice.
And Saztan, we will do. I don't know. That is a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So this is going to be 6 D10s. Let me pull out all my D10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good crew. 6 D10. I'll roll everybody and then we'll just max it again for Fear Kindler. So, okay. That is 29 points of force damage to Fearin and the Bone Claw. And then, whatever, 29, 60, that is 89 points of damage to Fear Kindler.
Nice. Where do you appear?
I am going to appear right behind, right next to. I'll go on this. I'll be right behind Saztan.
Great.
And I believe that is action, bonus action. That's me.
That brings us to Fear Kindler's turn. And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode, and we will pick back up here next time at the top of Fear Kindler's turn. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.